Another great campsite, another adventure, and we're going to go and have another look around to check out some of the other areas. I want to check out some different sites, including some silo art and a whole stack of other things. So stay tuned to the channel So stay tuned to the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to put comments in the comments below. Thanks for joining Kevin the Caravan, Dougie the dog and myself as we travel around Australia. We love sharing our travel adventures, the great silo art, the great pub meals and the great free camping and much more. And we're heading out because I want to check out, there's a whole stack of murals out here and I want to check out the big football, so we're going to show you around that very shortly. So our first stop is the town of Weethalle. I think that's how you pronounce it on the loop that we picked up from the visitor centre. Now the interesting thing here is they've got some amazing silo art, but it is a Sunday so probably not much is going to be open, but we're going to stop and check it out and give Dougie a bit of a walk. So Weethalle started off very similarly to Red Cliffs, which I showed you in an earlier episode, with homestead farms being set up in lots for returned soldiers from the First World War. And the land was starting to be handed out in the 1921, and by the time you got to 1928 there was pubs, there were provisional schools, there was all the stuff that brought the town to life. There, Dougie. There is Dougie in the shade. This is a nice stop for a lunch break. So I don't know whether you guys can see in the video, just up there, inside that little alcove bit, there's some sheep, which I think is very, very cool. The little tiny sheepies hiding inside there. And this is just beautiful. Now there's a sign just back here, which I'll show you in a second, about the whole thing, but it was painted in 2017, and it's just beautiful out here. So it's right on the railway lines. I'm imagining it's still being used. It's probably still used by Grain Corp. They seem to own a lot of the silos, and just up here is the old railway museum. So we're going to take Dougie for a walk and go and check out the railway museum, because apparently just up there is also the Whistleblower Cafe. So this is only day area, guys, but if you are looking for somewhere to camp around here, they do have camping at the showground for $10 a night. Now guys, so there's an RV jump point about 100 metres up the road from the RSL centre. And this is not the best road to be walking up, even though it's one of my favourite things, as you guys know. This is actually a little bit busy, so we're just going to go walk across. Nice old church. What's this? St. Christopher's Anglican Church. It's still used as a church. Well, there you go. And this is the RSL. Oh. For a tiny town, that's actually a beautiful memorial. I'm just going to walk down and have a quick look. Oh, that's so nice. Guys, so we drove up to the cafe to have a look around, and to check out the museum, but it doesn't appear to be open. There's signs that says it's all closed. In fact, it looks like it's a bit run down. But anyway, it says museum is over there, but this is definitely the old railway station. And it doesn't look like anybody's walked up that side for a long time. So I think we'll go around and check out this side. And there's the old train. I'm just going to sit up here. Devonshire teas, gifts, but not today. The station was reopened as the Whistleblower Cafe in 1986. Well, there you go. But I don't think it's still open, judging by the layer of dust and dirt on everything here. So guys, we're on the Dundas Road, not far out of West Wyalong at the moment. Well, it's really lovely driving out here on these bushback roads, guys. It's so flat. There's lots of cypress pines, and you can tell this is an area which gets a lot of wheat because all the paddocks are ploughed at this time of the year. And but one of the issues we've found is we have to keep slowing down because there's lots and lots of floodways along here, but the whole route is tarred and we're following this road and we'll see where we end up. But just look at this scenery. It is just so flat, but it is very pretty out here. Well worth the visit. We'll go back onto there because that's the way to West Wyalong, which is 72 k's, but we'll still have a little look across the train lines and look at what this town is. This is the mystery town. We have no idea what it is called. So we're almost at our next stop, which is our last stop before we head back to West Wyalong and the home of the big football. And the round trip is roughly 100 kilometres. Across the railway lines. Friendly town.
Turn right, Ungarie Street, West Wyalong.
There you go, 73 k's to Lake Kajalica. So our third stop on our road trip, guys, is the town of Ungarie. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is the home of the big football. Now, it also does offer a great RV campsite, and that RV campsite is actually at the showground, and it is $10 a night It has showers, it's got toilets. It does also have powered sites, which is really, really great. Now that is according to WikiCamps. But we're camped, as you know, in Wyalong, but I'll keep this place on our agenda to check it out in the future. We're going to check out the big football and the murals now. Here we go, Dougie. There's Dougie. And there is the big football. So we've made it to the big football, guys. Oh, it looks like the whole heap of brothers. Oh, there you go. So that is the big football. And we're going to have a wander up from here. And we're going to check out the RSL Park Walk of Remembrance mural. Ah, okay. So, it's further down the street. But anyway, we're going to have a look in here. Check this one out. Isn't that a beautiful mural? Now, it's very quiet here because it's a Sunday. Wow. So, just check this out. Look at this beautiful carving of the ploughing of the horse ploughing the paddocks to the modern day tractor ploughing the paddocks. So it's celebrating 150 years. Wow, so it was done by the world's best chainsaw carver. And if this was carved with the chainsaw, guys, oh my goodness, he deserves to be the world's best. This is just stunning. I can't believe you could do that with a chainsaw. Wow. Right, so next door to the big football, guys, is the museum. But what I didn't know is that you actually need to book ahead, even though I just assumed that being a Sunday, it wouldn't be open. So it's run by volunteers and looks pretty interesting. So the Manchester Cafe is for sale. Look at how beautiful that is with the dome. So historical. This would be a lovely place. You've got the pub just up there, and there's the post office. You've got shops with upstairs rooms, and next door is a museum. In its day, this would have been lovely. And you're right next to the big football. So Dougie, we are here. That's where we are. And let's have a look at the big map. So we've come from here up to here and then across to here where we are now, and we're heading back down to West Wyalong. I always like these didn't you know signs about the history of the town. One of the things I thought was really interesting was about William Brookman, who was a bushranger who ended up as an alderman, which is pretty interesting. So guys, we're back in the car and we're heading up to the murals because it's a little bit far to walk, I've discovered. Plus we've got to go across the railway lines. So we're heading up to check out all the murals. Apparently there's about 50 of them. So I'm looking forward to showing you around them. Wow, that's a good one. So there's heaps of murals. Willie's Rustic Customs, and then we've got this Chevy shop. And I don't know whether you guys can see the little man on the roof there. He's pretty cool. But Just look at these beautiful murals. Now there are heaps more murals out here, but I'm not going to show you them all. But we are going to check out the ones in the RSL park. Yep. So this is a lovely RSL park, and the swimming pool's right behind it, but there's chairs and tables, and there's lots of space if you want to stop here and have something to eat, morning tea, afternoon tea, and check out the murals. Murals. 122 years of ex-servicemen's active roles. So this is the Boer War. I'm just going to step over. I know Dougie spotted a cat. So that ran for 4 years. And then the Second World War, Egyptian training ground, diggers leaving. Oh, so this was opened by Michael McCormick, the federal member for the referendum. There you go. Gallipoli. One word, and that is wow, guys. So this war mural is over 60 meters long, right? And it's got approximately 50 individual mural panels all put together to honor the different conflicts. It's very unusual to have something as significant as this out in such a tiny remote town. I could understand it being at some of the major war memorials like in Canberra or Sydney or Melbourne, so this is very unusual. Well guys, there's heaps more of these amazing murals here on the Remembrance Walk, but I'm not going to show you all of them. You guys need to come out and check it out. But there is one thing I do want to show you. For those of you that are following the planets on the Planet Run, there was no mention of Earth. We've been to, there's Pluto, there's Saturn, there's Neptune, etc. But out here, even though probably not part of it, is actually Earth. So we have arrived on Earth. So if you're doing the planets and you're looking for Earth, it is literally out here. Even though the intention of this is to show you where all the different battles were during the Second World War, and by the looks of it, the Korean War, South Pacific, South America, Atlantic Ocean, the Battle of Britain, the Ratchet Brook was here, and Gallipoli's here. And this is the Western Front, way up here, guys. So, well, this has been an amazing display, guys, and beautiful war memorial, but we need to head back to West Wyalong, and I'll show you a little bit around that before we head back to the caravan. Oh wow, look at that mural on the side of there for West Wyalong. That is very nice. So that was the bakery that the lady was telling us about. So the roundabout bakery Ungarie, which is interesting because it's not near the roundabout. We're heading, what do we got? 20 metres to get to the Tourist Information Centre so we can get our stamp. So an interesting bit of history about this particular corner is that there was a big tree here in the 1800s, and they used to take the bullock carts around the tree, which is why the roads go in strange directions, and why this corner is shaped the way it is. The tree's obviously long gone, but its history is here in the roads. There you go. We're heading down, guys, to get... So we're heading down, guys, in West Wyalong to the Tourist Information Centre. Fingers crossed it's actually open, because we're going to get a stamp for our passport. And yeah, oh, check that out. Just look at that church. That's just a beautiful church. And then this must be, I'm wondering if I'm actually on Church Street, because there's churches everywhere around here. Anyway, we're heading around the corner to the visitor centre so that we can get a stamp in our passport. I sort of had to go around the block a bit. It wasn't exactly where I thought it was going to be, but here we are, just over there within the library. Well, guys, we're now back at the campsite. I'm done just checking out a few birds, and I'll give you a quick look around some more of this campsite. Let's check your dish. Oh, good eating. That could be good eating. You did. And you picked, you know, I'm going to wander up to the homestead for a minute. So this is replicas of the mining guys, and they've been stood here in the park. And they're the first miners. And back here is the mining hut, which is also a replica, obviously. But I can tell you now, guys, when you're getting up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, because the photos have been blown up and they're all blurry, they become very, very creepy. Very creepy. So this is the hut. I wonder whether they do open it up to the public, but it's definitely all bolted up today. The dirt floors were very common back then. I remember hearing about people sweeping their dirt floors with sour milk to make them dry out and be hard. And the corrugated iron fire, chimney, you wouldn't want to light that, it would set the roof on fire these days. Right, so we've got an interesting little stamp here. And that's the actual stamp. Which is really cool. So according to the sign down there, they actually moved it and rebuilt it in 1994. This is amazing. The first anthrax vaccination in Australia was done here, just out of town, and it looks like it was intended for sheep. Wow, 1923, this guy does the Commonwealth wheat record, and it still stands today. Look at that. Just look at all of that. That must have been a hell of a haul. What did it say? 29 tons was the previous record, and 407 bags. That's pretty amazing. This is our last day in this campground, guys, so we're going to be heading on and we'll be showing you more wonderful places as we travel around New South Wales. Thanks to all my subscribers, appreciate your support. Dougie and I will catch you next time, somewhere on the road.